and from a kind of a normal period in his life, which is the ordinary tough life of many individuals, millions in the world who live in these tough neighborhoods, low income, emotional relations that are kind of broke,
survival,
edgy situations,
where to sleep,
millions of, I would say, immigrants surrounding kind of thing. So that's the natural. When the people say that's too much, I said, do you want me to take you to the hand? I did my journalistic one-year approach to all this. I know that most of the people that you see in the screen are real people, Africans and Chinese that have been exploited and have lived in that conditions. And all the places that I shot are real. And I went through that, the very ordinary life of that. And our character is just one example of many people who are suffering unemployment, kids, tough situations of economical thing, and just one brief thing which everybody can have, which is an illness. So what I wanted is to start with that kind of normality, and then the destiny began to get that. And what the trial is about is basically is while this character is free falling, is how to maintain your verticality and how with dignity a character can purify himself. And that's basically the genre. I will say is more close to this classical triady exercise in a modern times. And it's not a castle. Is just our that. And that was my intention. And I always I had to preconceive my films with music. I knew that Amores Perros will be always a rock and roll raw piece. Rolling Stones. It's Sticky Fingers. I knew that 21 Grams was always a very deconstructed jazzy piece. It was jazz, pure jazz, freedom. Each scene doesn't have to do with the next one, and the next one doesn't have to do with the other. So it's kind of a very free expression of the structure. It was very risky. Babel, I always preconceive it as an opera, very operistic kind of thing, like very cacophonic, you know. And I always thought about that. That was inspired by Piano Concerto No. 3 of Ravel. And I always felt that it was this kind of pulse of an adagio. And then I become little by little a requiem. So it's a requiem. This is a very profound requiem, a funeral kind of piece that is profound, and the pulse of it. And as a filmmaker, you have to have some knowledge of time and space. That's what the films are made of. And the time of the space of each scenes of these ones and the way it ends, it's that. And these territories, I have never been there. Even when I have been doing emotional films, this kind of emotion, which is forbidden now. I think.
That's what. Talk about that. What is the issue? It's not cool. It's too difficult to.
Well, we are living in a
wallow in something that just people seem to feel that you laid it on too much.
I think that I'm not talking about cheap emotions. I'm not talking about melodrama or soap opera in a bad way. I think the king of melodrama was, Bergman. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the human emotions, what really can drive us.
What you always chase.
And I think that is not cool now in a culture that we are living now. This kind of film now is almost like, as I was telling the other guy, an act of resistance. It's an act of resistance to a culture of stupidity that is just flowing and intoxicating all societies. It seems that we are very comfortable in the vulgarity of the easy things not to be, bother us. And that's why these Twitters and all these texts and everything, we are very comfortable and to feel something, to express emotions. Mm-hmm. See the young kids, they don't express. It's cool to be in control. It's cool to be that. You cannot show vulnerability. You can't be fragile. You can't have doubts. It's just, that's what the films and that's our culture and that's what we are heading. To be culture, we will not die. We will be young adolescents all our life. We will be living like that. And that's just something that is just a trendy kind of thing, which the generation is just rejecting that as an ideal kind of trendy kind of thing, which is fine. It's just, I am who I am. It happens to be, but that's my film. That's a visceral thing. So Francis Bacon, you cannot judge because he's tough. Yes, he's tough. He's what it is.
Did you have to go through a process of adjusting to what, you put a lot of energy and emotion yourself. I mean, this is not an easy movie to make. It is extraordinarily sophisticated. It's difficult to do. You must have had to adjust to the reaction and come to terms what's going to be a different kind of release in
Look,
this
when I was
country.
doing this film, I knew what I was doing. I mean, in the moment that I reject many multi-millionaire $200 films because, not because I don't like them, it's because some of them I like and some of them not, but it's not for just ideological, it's just because I didn't find that what they were speaking to me as this one. But in the moment that I decided to make this film, I knew that I was, in that moment, talking to a specific audience. First, because the genre. Second, because it's in Spanish. So, but I not do things to get money or fame or whatever, or popularity. This is just what I needed to do. But in that terms, I knew that this film it will devise, it will create, it will provoke extreme reactions. And if that didn't happen, as it happened in Cannes, it will have failed. The film will be terrible. It was no, it's good that the film got great, amazing rave. I have never heard or read such a extreme, beautiful adjective for my films, never in any film. Sordid poem, a poetical lyric, or this is tearjerker, misunderstood in the genre, and a lot of ignorance of the process of what really the film tried to, because the people didn't know what was about. The people didn't expect that. There was an IMDb line
That's true,
that it was saying that it was kind of a thriller with policemen and drugs. So the people, when they saw it,
Genre
everybody
film.
was
Not a genre
linking.
film. Yeah.
There was linking to that synopsis that who knows who put it. That's the way we are living. That's the journalists that we are living. That even the big papers were linking to that. Nobody called to the production. Is this the film's about? Anyway, I was expected to that, and I think it's art. I will say need or that's the mission to question, to provoke, and to create catharsis in people. And I think I knew. Now, yes, the other day I was discussing with somebody, it's too much. It's too much. In which world is too much? Because from our aristocratic bubble or Western nice, but these people is exactly what happened. If you go to Barcelona, you go to Barcelona, and even the Barcelona people didn't know these 500,000 people that live 5 minutes away, and they are treated as invisible. Nobody wants to see it. So yeah, when we are here, yeah, it doesn't exist. It's too much. Yeah, just open a little bit. Don't intellectualize. Don't block yourself emotionally and say, no, I don't want to feel it. I want to intellectualize it to protect me. No, just go with the flow, see it, take it. I did the job. I knew. So what I'm saying in that film is not at all exaggerated. It's just a little piece of ordinarity. And I come to terms, yes, but I was prepared.
Thank you.
Thank you.